glitch up if you were Protoss.
Yeah.
So you didn't even need to kill all 10 Xel'Naga temples. You just glitched up by putting a pylon between the mineral lines, got up, build a pylon behind the mineral line of your opponent, and then, get in, build cannons, kill workers.
I see our spectator Endersword just kind of nodding along to it. So
Yeah.
Bringing back the glory days for a moment. So it is actually Endersword doing our observing work tonight, guys. So any blame, throw it to his way. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
But here in our top right of this 3-player map, down a game from Clarity Gaming, it is ElhayM.
And over on the 6 o'clock position, we have our Lavender Terran player from Root Gaming. It is MaSa.
Lavender. Delicious. Yeah, MaSa right now is in danger of advancing 2-0 to the finals over top of ElhayM here. But let us hope that we have ourselves an excellent game on this 3-player map. And so is the mentality here, like sometimes on the 2-player maps, you might see some proxies, which we just saw. You might see rushing, which we see a lot in the ZVZs, earlier aggression. But on a 3-player map, does it kind of behave like a 4-player where you don't necessarily know where your opponent is? You go and play safer?
Like that, but even more, I'd say, because on a 3-player map, since there is only 2 other spawns, it's even weirder because you don't quite know which way to go first. It's for whatever reason, players with a 3-player map, they feel it's more of a gamble to try and pick out of 2 instead of out of 3. Because, like, eventually you will get to your opponent, no matter what type of map it is. But on a 3-player map, it's a much smaller. So if your opponent is going for proxies, then it could be a higher risk.
Could be. Now, what about like just proxying in the middle? This is pretty much a triangle, and a nice equilateral point would be the mid.
Well, because of the Xel'Naga Tower, if your opponent decides to pass right through it, then you get found. It's kind of like Red City in a sense where the Xel'Naga Tower is at the center, and that is the most efficient place to proxy if you want to. But smart players, like MaSa just did, they will be sure to check by the Xel'Naga Tower just to make sure nothing's happening there.
Yeah, I was looking to see what ElhayM was, if he would actually check it out, but he didn't. And but MaSa, however, did. So the SUVs there are going to notice each other right about now. And so now it's pretty obvious where each are. In terms of everything, though, it does look like MaSa's decided that an expansion is in his immediate future.
Yeah. Right now, MaSa, he's thrown down his factory. He's getting another refinery as well, and seems like he's just going to be teching up, getting his army going. Doesn't look
I
like
assumed he was banking up for another CC, but I guess he could actually just go 1-1-1.
He will be, just had his factory have to finish up first. Well, not MaSa, but ElhayM was banking up.
Oh, I was looking at the wrong. Yeah, why is it purple and lavender? God. All right, silly jester. How dare you?
It's okay. Colors are confusing.
Yeah, I was totally looking at that number. Not all right. Anyways, yeah. So it is going to be the 1-1-1 though from MaSa.
Yeah,
very similar. No Reapers though. This is very atypical for us because typically on a Torcraft you'll just go brilliant Reapers into a brilliant mid game and win from there. But nothing. 2 games in a row now.
Merry-Go-Round. It doesn't have as many ledges as most of the other maps do though.
So not as useful.
Yeah, and like this current season actually made maps that, tried to prevent having too many easily Reaper jumpable ledges.
Right.
Right? Compared to last season, which we used for the Torcraft. So, Merry-Go-Round, it's not a very Reaper-friendly map as, you have to jump in through the natural into the main. But if you're doing that, just go with Marines that can hit harder.
Well, speaking of the Marines, we do got 3 of them and the Hellion about to find out that there is a front wall here made up of flesh and blood. And looks like it actually does fire back. MaSa going to lose that fight pretty handily.
Yeah, MaSa going to be getting some Banshees and Cloak right now. And probably going to be working a lot better than a handful of Marines and a Hellion.
I don't see an engineering bay.
Well, let's take a look. No engineering bay right now for ElhayM. And, if it
a lot of Marines, though.
Yeah, lots of Marines, and that definitely can put in the same amount of work. We'll be getting a Widow Mine as well, too, so that if he puts it right at the bottom point of his base.
Yep. So you can just scan up, get a few Marines on the Banshee. The downside, of course, will be the lack of a mule because of the scan, but when you got a rebuff, you got a rebuff, right?
Yeah. Right now, a second Banshee going to be on the way, and that's pretty normal, as most of the time, Cloak, it does take about 2 Banshees to finish anyways, so instead of waiting for the 1 Banshee to have Cloak, get a second Banshee, deal more damage while cloaked anyways. So.
And it looks like that the Banshee's going to go straight for the mineral line, but ROOT.MaSa, he kind of figured that something like that might be happening. There's a Widow Mine right there, and Masa either telepathy or he actually just saw it. Is going to notice that, yeah, not a good idea to go over that way. Here comes the Marines, but no Cloak quite yet. Still, he's taking quite a few of the Marines there to town.
Yeah. And that Banshee, it's going to be coming right back in. The Raven is about to finish up, though, for ElhayM, so we're going to have to see, will those Marines be able to kill that Banshee? He's kind of just waiting for it. Raven's going to come out, and now he's going to be chasing after that Banshee, but, you know, without Stim, can't really run after it.
How many kills was on that Banshee?
9
kills.
9
kills. Marines? Or was there an SCV in that? There's an SCV in that. 3 SCVs in that. All right.
3
wow.
SCVs. And
6 Marines, 3 SCVs, and Masa getting those incremental advantages.
Even more SCVs.
He's not even done yet, yeah. The fact that these Marines are 2-shottable makes them very tasty, but 2 hit points on this Banshee.
Yeah.
Nah, it's not going to go. Really?
Even uncloaks.
Seriously?
And he's going to go straight into the natural. And he has 2 Banshees here as well, so he's really just going to be trying to kill as many
Point
SCVs
defense drone takes it down.
Yeah. 14 workers killed by MaSa here, and right now we are at...
more Marines on top of that.
Yes. Yeah. 31 workers for MaSa in favor of him compared to 24 of ElhayM right now, and just a lot of damage was taken there for ElhayM. He's really on the ropes here, and you know, he can't really afford to be, because if he loses this game, he's going to be out of Kings of the North entirely.
Yeah, 2-0. We do award prize money to the top 2, and we do have all 4 of our contestants here today, so this could be a big money match if ElhayM does not rebound out of this. But you know, those Banshees, they did their work. I don't think we're going to see any more of them out there, but 2 Banshees for quite a bit of harass, and again, just keeping ElhayM back at his base. Map presence. Maybe I lied. I think there's a 3rd one actually on its way right now.
Is there? Let's see. Yep. Orbital Command Center on the way there. And a Banshee going to be coming right back into the main base yet again.
I lied. That's going to take home quite a few. There's a Viking now in place, so trying to get as many kills as he can here, Masa, because this Banshee's days of carnage are numbered.
4 kills on that Banshee, and does have a 10-worker lead right now.
10 workers?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. And, you know, upgrades, though, are pretty close together here for our 2 players. Stim, about even timings, and we do have +1 going to be finishing up at about the same time, as actually ahead for ElhayM. So I like that he is noticing, okay, I'm behind in economy, I need to have something going for me. So he's going to be trying to get those upgrades, and right now he's
Vikings to fight Vikings.
Yeah.
Masa is just like, it might not be Reaper harass anymore, but this game, it's all about this air harass. First game, not so much. This one, however, has been very heavily favored here for Masa, but 2 Vikings will take out 1.
Yep, right now.
There's the point defense.
Yeah, PDD really going to be slowing down the attack on that Viking. And it's going to go down, though. PDD is going to run out.
If he loses that Raven.
Oh, my goodness. He really can't afford to lose that, but it's very close. It will go down, and right now that Banshee, it can come back and get more free. It can get free SCVs pretty much now that Raven's
force the scan.
Yeah. There might be a missile turret or 2 up, but missile turrets, they're not the most effective. Gonna try. We'll get the Viking.
Well played. Well played.
Yeah.
Still, again, the damage is mounting. Masa is mounting his own offensive back at home as well. He's been very busy back at base, as he typically is. Mules are going to go down here for the 3rd. More gas is going down. Army count's very similar.
Yeah. But the thing is that ElhayM, his army is already pushing out here, does have 3 tanks. If you take a look at the units tab, Masa does have 5.
That could be a game breaker right there.
Yeah, and already going to have those sieged up. It's really going to be making it hard for ElhayM to get in. And it's a pretty narrow pathway to get in to the tank line there, so it's going to be a little difficult here for ElhayM to get in. I feel like drops might be useful, or even just picking up and then heading up onto that little base over there to the west.
There's another Banshee going back to the main. ElhayM has got to be very careful of that. The point defense drone is...
It's going to stop all those shots, and the missile turret getting cleaned up.
And maybe Masa got a little distracted, because it does go down to a missile turret. This could be the drop play you were looking for. He is loaded up.
Yeah.
But where's he going to go with this? Is he going to try to drop the natural?
It looks like he's just going to be trying to go around here, but MaSa, he recognizes something's up and is going to pull back a little bit. All 3 tanks are in there, so really needs to be careful with this. If he loses even one of those medevacs, that's just going to be an extremely, extremely devastating hit.
There it goes.
Oh, missile turret's going to start firing. Everything's going to start getting dropped in. The tanks will all get out. Going to start sieging up the Marines, though not very large number of Marines. And right now, ElhayM, he's going to be dealing a lot of damage.
Ooh.
So much blood
That
is
is a lot of
going
blood,
down.
yeah.
But going to get cleaned up. As MaSa just had the higher tank, Numbers already had one sieged up as well on the left side of that base.
Despite that, the numbers of the army are actually still very similar, and a little bit of distraction going off from the left. Wow, that Widowmine actually survived that last shot. MaSa with the brilliant defense barely takes any losses out of that. One thing I did notice there is in that fight he actually lifted up his command center.
Yeah.
Just to allow more of his forces to pour in to get a slight concave work.
Yeah.
I thought that was actually just split of the moment. Really good decision right there.
Yeah, and MaSa, he's definitely a player that is good on making those split-second decisions. And right now, it looks like he's going to be pushing out, and some of those split-second decisions are making splits of his Marines as well. And though this isn't a Zerg versus tanks, he's definitely going to be needing that. Don't want his Marines clumped up too hard, but it looks like he's going to be going straight for the main.
Might go for a snipe on the command center.
Yeah, missile turrets are going down, but they're not anywhere near ready, and right now they're all going to be sieging up. Those Marines are going to be pushing forward. Will kill off that missile turret, will get that orbital command center.
No.
And ElhayM, he's going to be trying to come in here, but the production is just kind of blocking a lot of the pathway.
Ooh, not
for
good.
him.
Supply blocked as well.
Yeah, SCV is going to have to try and come in here. The tanks are going to be going down slowly, but surely ElhayM will be able to free up supply by losing a bit of his SCVs, but, you know, just taking a look.
That's a lot of Marines right there.
44 workers killed by
44.
MaSa this game.
Well, if you look at the army count between the two
Yeah.
of them, right now it is actually MaSa still holding that lead. So while a lot of the might was brought to bear there from ElhayM, he did lose out that command center. He did get supply blocked. He's still supply blocked right now, believe it or not. And I think the numbers advantage from this point might just be enough for MaSa to take this game.
Yeah, right now more Marines
if
going
he
to be
doesn't
coming
cancel
right back
that.
in here. Will cancel the command center. That is a smart choice. More tanks, more Marines going to be coming over here, but ElhayM going to be making a push of his own. Both tanks going to get sieged up, but with 3 tanks versus 1, it's definitely going to be going in favor of MaSa. More tanks going to be coming in here for ElhayM right now. 2-2 is going to be finishing up, and GG, well played as he lost his main. Can't really do much else.
Well, at least he wasn't a Zerg, it was a Hive or something, but, you know, down to CC, that's mules, that's scans, that is a little bit of income left there as well, but 44 SCVs over the course of that 17-minute game. Pretty devastating amount of damage being wrought there by MaSa, but he does get a 2-0. He's going to go into the finals to face off against the winner of our next game series, which will be Desro and Hengerlesk.
Yeah.
Before that, though, Mr. Dauk here is going to have a quick chat with our winner, MaSa, who is going to take a quick break of gaming and hopefully look at one of his opponents. So, when we come back, the interview with Mr. MaSa and Mr. Dauk here, and then we'll go into Group B from there. So, stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. ESChamp TV will return with Kings of the North in just a moment.